Our brain is filled with the known that we call our knowledge. Our mind can experience what is called knowing. Knowing is related to the present moment, the ongoing present moment. Knowing is available only at the present moment. The known is always related to the past because the known means the knowledge that we acquired in the past through our sensory experiences. The enlightened are not dictated by the known, what we call the knowledge. That is called prejudices in science. They can look at things with a mind free from prejudices. That is why it is called in the Karnimi Sutra, Dittincha Anupagamma Silava Dasanena Sampanno. The enlightened can see things as they are without being subject to prejudices or the previously known knowledge. That means every moment they are experiencing the known without being influenced by the experience, the knowing without experience by the known. That does not mean their mind is devoid of the known. They have the known. They have the brain that retain all the past memories. They are not free of memories. Their brain is full of memories. But they are not influenced by those memories because the memories mean knowledge that we acquired through our limited sensory organs. We can experience only limited experiences. There is a range of light that the eye can see. There is a range of sound waves that the ear can hear. In fact, we cannot see the light waves, what we call colors, all the colors in a rainbow. Our visual range is limited, our audio range is limited. Therefore, always our knowledge is limited, incomplete, faulty, misguiding. What we call moha or ignorance is being subject to our knowledge which is not perfect, which is imperfect. But see things as they are is perfect in the enlightened. They are said to be seeing things as they are in Pali word, Yata Bhuta Jnana Dasana, seeing things as they are. And they are able to accept things as they are. Yata Bhuta Jnana Dasana, Yata Labha Santutti. When they see things as they are, they can accept things as they are without being disturbed. That because they are devoid of attachment, resentment and ignorance. They can be aware of any event, any incident, anything without getting attached to it or without resenting it. Because they are free from attachment and resentment. That is called, their mind is vitaragi, free from attachment, vitadosi, free from resentment, and vitamohi, free from inattentiveness. Attentiveness is knowing. Whenever you are attentive, you are knowing. But in our case, when there is knowing, our knowing is always prejudiced by our likes and dislikes, our knowledge. The present experience gets adulterated. corrupted by our knowledge. Therefore, when we experience something, we like it and get attached to it. Or we dislike it and resent it. It is through our ignorance of the reality of the thing. But in the basic reality Buddha explained to the world, they are called Tilakkana in Pali and Trilakshana in Sanskrit. Everything is dynamic, in a state of transformation, without being able to retain a permanent identity. The dynamism or activity of everything is called anicca, and the transformation of forms of everything at every moment is called dukkha, and therefore not retaining a permanent identity in anything or any being is called anatta in Pali. That is the basic reality. When they know that reality, they think, what is the point of being attached to this thing if it is subject to birth, decay and death? Born to decay and die. They are called the jati, jara, marana, the aspect of the dukkha. Dukkha means the nature of the things that are subject to birth, decay and death. That is why Buddha was making a lot of experiments to find out whether there is something, some state, some phenomenon free from jati, jara, marana, free from birth, death and decay. Because there is decay and death because of birth. Therefore, he wanted to find out a way of ending birth. Ending birth means ending rebirth. His main aim is to end rebirth, and enlightenment means ending rebirth. That is why the enlightened disciples of Buddha at the time of the Buddha, after their enlightenment, go and inform the Buddha, they use the word kina jati. Sir, Reverend Sir, I am not going to be reborn again. That means he is informing the Buddha that he has got enlightened. We are reborn because we are full of attachment, resentment and ignorance. We are attached to life, and that makes us to be reborn again and again through our attachment to that. Is called that basic nature of the attachment is called tanha, the thirst for life, the thirst for pleasures. You want to live because you want to enjoy pleasures through our sensory organs. Vitaragi means free from attachment, means we are not interested in the sensory pleasures. That is possible only after realizing the blissful, the supremely blissful state of mind after enlightenment. What is the mind that is supreme blissful? Mind that is free from attachment, resentment and ignorance. Resentment, free from ignorance means the capacity to accept and see and to be attentive to things as they are. Accepting is at ease. When somebody is pleasing you, Buddha can accept it without getting disturbed. When somebody is insulting, Buddha can accept it in the same way that he accepts praising. Somebody is praising him. That is why the Buddha said in the Alagattupama Sutra, after his enlightenment, people praise him, but he doesn't get extremely delighted. No extra delight in his mind caused by it, because he has attained the supreme bliss. His delight is saturated, santutti paramandanam. That means extreme saturation of delight. No more delight is possible. That is why he says that I am not extremely delighted by somebody praising me. Same way he says, my delight does not get diminished when somebody insults me. That is stable delight. But the stable delight, a delight that is not changing, supreme bliss. That is called asankata dhamma. Asankata means unconditional. It is free from birth, decay and death. Unconditional. It is not the result of any cause. It is free from all causes. No causation. That is the original nature of our mind. That is uncaused. As it is not caused by something, nothing can cause him to die, come to an end. That is why Nirvana is called Ajara Amara. It does not decay and it does not die. Ajara means not decaying. Amara means not die. It is free from birth, decay and death. And such a mind is not the result of any knowledge. We can have knowledge of Nirvana. That does not mean we know Nirvana. We are not knowing Nirvana. Knowing means some thing that is happening at the present moment. We know Nirvana means we know about Nirvana. What the Buddha has said, what the commentators of the Tripitaka have said, and what priests and preachers have said, and what writers have written, we know. We have the knowledge of Nirvana. Having knowledge of Nirvana does not mean that one is enlightened. If one can be enlightened by the knowledge of Nirvana, all professors of Buddhism can be enlightened by now. Their mind is filled with knowledge. When the mind is filled with knowledge, the wisdom that reveals Nirvana gets hidden. When they think, oh, we know Nirvana, knowing is not possible. Knowing happens at the present moment. What is Nirvana? It is a state of the mind, the original state of mind free from defilement. What are mental defilements? They are called Raga, Dosa, Moha in Pali. Raga means attachment, liking. Dosa means disliking, resenting. Moha means ignorance, not paying full attention. Not paying full attention means free from the altruistic love. What do we understand by the word love? Somebody's attention. When somebody pays you full attention, you feel that somebody is loving you. Love is attention. Therefore, moha means not having altruistic love, no attention. We pay attention only to things that we like or dislike. We pay attention to things that like to keep them, to get them through attachment. We pay attention to things that we dislike to get rid of things that we dislike. But other things, we do not pay attention. We ignore. Ignorance is a cause of suffering for us as well as our attachment and resentment. All our attachment and resentment and also ignorance, they are all based on our knowledge. We ignore things that are not interesting. Not interesting means not applicable to our knowledge, not in harmony with our knowledge. We like things that are in harmony with our knowledge. We dislike things that are not in harmony with our knowledge. Therefore, our likes, dislikes, and ignorance are dictated by our knowledge, and knowledge is a product of the dead past. The knowledge is not living. The known is not living. The knowing is living, here and now. And it is an ongoing moment of knowing. It is not born, it is not decaying, it is not dying. It goes on instinctively, naturally, spontaneously from moment to moment. Undiminished in strength, undiminished in bliss. That is the state of our enlightened mind. If you are guided by knowledge, there comes the greed, there comes the hatred, there comes the ignorance. Through knowledge, we like things, we desire things, we are greedy for things that appear pleasant to us. Through our knowledge, we know some things are unpleasant. And with that knowledge, we hate things, we dislike things, we resent things. Resentment and attachment, they are always related to time dimension. Past is of the time dimension, future is of the time dimension. Dimension means measurable. We can measure the past in years, in eons, in kalpas. We can measure the future in minutes, seconds, hours, days, weeks, months, and so on. But the present moment is immeasurable. There is no duration of the present moment. And that is called akaliko. It is timeless. And it is spaceless. It is beyond time and space. Space means related to a place. There is no particular place that we can call here. Anywhere can be here at any moment. Therefore, the knowing related to the present moment is timeless, akaliko. And it can be seen here, ehipasiko. It can be seen now, sanditiko. Those are the words used to describe the supreme bliss. Now you can see the difference between the knowing of the present moment and the known of the past periods or past. We have knowledge that we have inherited through our genes from our ancestors who lived for millions and millions of years ago. We have the knowledge that we acquired from our past lives, from our teachers, from books, from our experiences. But that past is dead and gone. But when we are living at the present moment, always our present moment gets covered with our knowledge. Then we get prejudice. The knowing becomes corrupted. The knowing becomes adulterated. The knowing becomes polluted by our past. Our experiencing the present moment is polluted by all our knowledge. Dittincha anpakamma darsane sampanno. That means free from prejudices, free from past. One can see things as they are. The knowledge comes in when you go to think of something. You go to think of something when you like or dislike, or when you want to ignore it. Liking, disliking and ignorance are related to our latent tendencies called in our Buddhist language as nivarana. Liking is related to kama chanda nivarana. Chanda means selected, choice. We have chosen some things as pleasant. And the memories of that choice is there hidden in our subconscious. We have chosen something as unpleasant. And that knowledge is hidden in our subconsciousness. And certain things we neither like nor dislike. Therefore, they are not interesting and we just ignore them. We are interested in things which we like, as I mentioned earlier, to get them or to preserve them and for them to go on in the way that we like. Or if we don't have what we like, to get them in the future. We dislike something because in that disliking there is an intention to get rid of these things in the future or in the present moment. Thus, thinking is based on our likes, dislikes and ignorance hidden in our subconsciousness. Hidden likes are called kama chanda, hidden dislikes are called vyapada nivarana, kama chanda nivarana hidden likes, vyapada nivarana hidden dislikes, tinamidda nivarana hidden ignorance, hidden unawareness, tinamidda. With certain experience you just sleep, you become sleepy and drowsy. You are not interested in it, not getting interest, not alert. Non-alertness of the mind is called tinamidda. Enlightened mind is constantly alert. That is why the enlightened are called jagaryana yogo. They never sleep. They are always awake. The word Buddha is translated into English as the awakened one. That is always awakened. His mind is always alert. His mind is always alert because that mind does not get tired, never tired, because that mind is not working. Working means not thinking. The main work of the mind is a factory that is working constantly. What is that work of the mind? Thinking. Thinking process is the product of the mind. Enlightenment means freedom from the thinking process. That is why the Buddha said in his first paean of joy after enlightenment, Visankara gatan chitta. Thinking process ceased at my enlightenment. It ceased because, he says, it is thinking, it is the thought process that is the main source of suffering that we undergo. He said in the first sermon called Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, Sankittena Panchupadana Kanda Avidukka. Panchupadana Kanda are five ingredients that go to form a thought. They are ingredients, in fact they are really events that I explained in a number of my previous talks. Freedom from thinking is therefore the enlightenment. Enlightened mind is always akalika. Akalika time means timeless dimension, means that cannot be measured in duration in the present moment. It is a meeting point. It is a point. Point has no space, point has no duration. It is free from all the worldly dimensions. And we have a state of mind free from knowledge, but full of knowing, very sensitive. That is why Buddha is called Sabbhanyu. He can sense and he can feel or be aware of anything. It is not knowledge. Omniscience of the Buddha does not mean he is full of knowledge. He is full of knowing. Not that he is full of known, but that doesn't mean he has forgotten all the known. The known is there, but he is not influenced by the known. He accounts the knowing. He responds to the knowing, but without any reaction. Without reaction means without disliking or liking. Responsive means awareness, and that is called Sanya Vedita in Pali. awareness of all signals sent by the sensory organs. That awareness is called Vedayita until we get into the last breath at Parinibbana. He is fully alert of all sensory responses. That means his mind is full of knowing, full of sensitivity. When we are sensitive not in the past, not in the future, but in the present moment. Living in the present moment, that can be called the path of enlightenment and the state of enlightenment after enlightenment. The enlightened live not in the past, not in the future, but in the present moment. That is free from the known, but full of knowing here and now. That is possible even for us.